Good morning, all. Welcome for this lecture. Today we are going to discuss power angle of two machines. Steady state, that is steady state stability of two machines. Okay, how it is going to be means how its power will be. Okay, and what is the power angle curve of the two machines. Okay, as we have seen, this is your okay. So this is what we have considered is a single line diagram of a two machines system interconnected like this. Okay, interconnected through a transmission line and a transformer T1 and T2. Okay, here in this case we are going to consider one machine as a generator and another machine as a motor. Okay, synchronous motor, right? Let's see its equivalent circuit diagram. This is single line diagram and this is the equivalent diagram. Okay, so we are very familiar to draw this reactance diagram of any power system. Okay, since it is a generator, so it has xg and ez, then transmission line transformer 1, so xt1, transmission line, so xtl, and then transformer 2, so it is jxt2, and this is jxm, and em, a motor ka voltage source. Okay, remember this is a for positive sequence. You just draw the reactance diagram. Here we are not going to consider any sequence diagrams. Okay, this is a uh, reactance diagram of the machine. Okay, so here whatever we are going to consider is at an angle delta degree is the internal EMF of the generator. EM at an angle 0 degree is the back EMF of the motor, and remember this one we supposed to take it as a reference. Okay, and similarly xg is the reactance of generator, xt1 xt2 are the reactances of transformer 1 and 2 respectively, and then xtl is the reactance of a transmission line, and xm is the reactance of the motor. Okay, and then we need to see now for the simplification purpose. So what we are going to take is, let's denote this xg plus xtl, xt1 plus xtl plus xt2 plus xm, all reactances of generator, transformer 1, transformer 2, transmission line and a motor. Let it be equal to x. Okay, then that circuit diagram comes like this. Okay, easy, x and em. Okay, based on this we supposed to draw the phasor diagram. Okay, till now we are familiar with the drawing phasor diagram of this. As we said, consider em is the reference. Okay, once you have taken a reference, so what is the E is equal to, sorry, Ez is equal to what? Em plus drop across this, so em plus your I into x. Okay, so here em we have taken as a reference. Okay, em we have taken as a reference, and then what is I into x? I into x is, sorry, and then since it is a what we have considered is a reactance, so it will be current in that will be lagging by an angle phi. Okay, now we have to take a voltage drop across this. So what you have to do is, for this line, perpendicular line we have to draw, so that has to be indicated on this. Okay, and then this is a total, means vector addition of v and ix is your e. Okay, that is nothing but your easy, right? So this is what we have shown here, you would have observed. Okay, so em ixe, and this is the angle delta, right? From this phasor diagram what we can write is Ez is equal to, as well as what you can write the definition, Ez is equal to em plus j ix. Okay, therefore from this you have to get what is the I is nothing but Ez minus em divided by jx. Let's call this equation number 1. Okay, next let's move to the next point, that is since as we have considered this circuit is completely of reactance, purely reactive one, so therefore there is no losses in the system. Okay, therefore whatever the generated by the means whatever the power generated by the generators will be delivered to your motor. Okay, therefore what we are going to say is pz is equal to pm. Okay, let's call this equation number 2, right? Next, now we'll see, let's calculate the pz. Pz is nothing but Ez into I conjugate. Okay, so therefore Ez is at an angle delta, and what is I? Substitute that value of I, whatever we have a I value, Ez minus em divided by jx, that you have to substitute Ez minus em divided by x. but you should be careful while considering this. It is easy at an angle delta, means we have to express both in magnitude and angle. So easy at an angle delta minus em at an angle 0. Okay, this divided by jx is nothing but your x at an angle 90. J indicates 90 degree. Okay, and then next further simplification as we have done earlier. Let's see once. Easy as it is here, this one you know. So as we have said, this is a conjugate one, right? This one is the conjugate one. Now we supposed to remove this conjugate one. So what we have to do is only angles are going to change only for this much. Okay, let's do that. Easy at an angle delta, keep as it is. Easy at an angle delta was there, so it should be minus delta. And then this em at an angle 0 was there, minus 0 or 0, anything you can take among those two. And then x at an angle 90 was there, so it should be minus 90. Okay, therefore just a simplification further, multiply with there are two factors here, right? This one and this one. Multiply this factor with both the terms. Okay, you get these two terms. Okay, further simplification, easy into easy, so it should be easy square at an angle c. It is a delta minus delta. Okay, and then below that minus 90 is there. It is what we can take is only, as we have said earlier, we have to consider only real part of that. Okay, therefore means p is a real part of that, therefore it will be what? E square cos of, okay, this delta, and this is a minus delta denominator, therefore it should be minus of that angle, so minus of minus 90 degree. Okay, they're divided by x. Similarly here also you can take, it should be, it is a 90 plus delta. Observe here, cos 90 value is 0, so this term goes to 0. Then consider this, it is minus easy em divided by x. Cos 90 plus delta is minus sin delta. Okay, so therefore what we can do is this minus and this minus gets cancelled, like minus into minus plus, so pz will be equal to ez into em plus, sorry, divided by x into sin delta. This is your generated power, okay, of the synchronous generator. Okay, what above this equation shows is the power transfer depends upon the system voltage and the system reactance and the angle delta as well, okay, of the rotor of the two machines. Okay, and then now let's try it's a power angle curve. Okay, so this indicates your power angle curve. Okay, so this indicates a power angle curve. So right, how it will be, see, as we said, pz will be equal to your pm. Okay, pz will be equal to pm. So when you are considering this sine delta is when a delta is 90 degree, okay, then you get a maximum one. All right, so generator is generating means it will be positive, motor is consuming means it should be negative. That's what it will be, like this. At positive it will be acting as like generator, right? At plus 90, as a sin 90 is 1, so whatever easy you have calculated that comes into this, so it is a generator action, we can say. Whereas here also it is same formula, only thing is that's value will be maximum when sin is minus 90. Okay, it means angle is minus 90 because of this negative in nature, because motor is going to consume the energy. Therefore we can show its a power angle curve is like this. This indicates generation action and this indicates motor action. Okay, observe this, till this much you are getting, means at 90 degree you are getting a positive, even though at sorry, at 90 degree you are getting a maximum value of a power. So at a positive as a generation, as a negative as a generation, therefore your system will be stable between minus 90 to plus 90. Okay, other than this is unstable as motor as well as unstable as generation. Okay, so what we can say is we'll be saying this, it can be observed that the maximum power that can be transmitted for a fixed value of a reactance and internal voltage occurs at a point C here, right? So this is a C and one more is here is also C. Okay, so corresponding to a delta equal to 90 degree, right? Thus the maximum power, or you can say maximum power, or you can say it is a steady state stability limit of the system is given by Pm is equal to this one. Okay, so for the Pm as well as the Pz, and you can say that the system is stable only if the range of the angle lies between -90 to +90. Okay, that is, you can say a range where the slope of dp by d delta is positive. Okay, right, this is about a uh, power angle or steady state limit, steady state stability of the two machines. Okay, thank you.